everyone, Marina's not just here with Casey DeFreitas.
Hello.
We got to play Pokemon Masters.
Yes.
Let's just get at the front of what people were probably going to ask about.
Microtransactions.
Said at the same time, we're in sync. Haha, sync pairs. Anyway, so many things that we can joke about here. The only thing you can buy are gems.
Yeah, and the only thing that gems can purchase are new sync pairs, but you can earn sync pairs just by playing through the story.
Yes, and you can earn gems just by playing. Not even just through the story, just like generally. That is it. You cannot buy time to play more things. You can't buy items for like level ups or power ups or like just anything. Like that's it.
The only thing that will prevent your progress in Pokemon Masters is your own failure, because you can only do a mission a certain number of times a day.
Yep, so don't fail. Yeah,
and that's all you need to do.
It's all on you, man.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, it's very clear cut. Like just wanted to get that in front. And they said DeNA, the company developing this in conjunction with Game Freak and the Pokemon Company, were saying that they want to make sure that this is something that is accessible for all ages, and like they understand that they have all sorts of people playing. So yes, it is technically a gacha system where you're pulling new sync pairs and you might get duplicates and stuff, but they didn't want to have a bunch of different microtransactions that would prohibit people from playing.
Exactly.
So I was like, okay, that's good. Got it.
And the story seems really robust and very interesting, so I'm very glad that they aren't going to limit you based on any energy or other kind of quick currency. It's very nice.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I want to get into more. The actual exciting stuff here is that this is like surprisingly a big game. Like very fleshed out. Like they got their own Pokemon professor, we got a new team, like we have Team Break. They seem cool, we don't really know a lot about them.
It seems Team Break is the most intelligent of all of the enemy teams because they actually wear masks when they do bad things.
Wow. Yeah,
What a thought.
Yeah, every Team Break member we've seen so far has a mask, except for potentially 3 people that we've seen that might be leading it.
They might be
but
bad.
We don't know.
Not really sure.
We don't know. The colors almost match up. Yeah, so you have that. You have a rival. There's like these new characters. So these are all new. And then of course we have all the older characters from across Pokemon games, which is so cool because obviously we came into this knowing Pokemon Masters are bringing all these characters. But the coolest part about that is that they feel super genuine. Like you get to go essentially on these dates.
They're friendship dates.
They're dates. They're absolutely dates.
They're called sync pair stories, and once you get a new sync pair added to your team, you can then go and spend a day with them, and that varies from trainer to trainer.
Yeah, so like one of them I did with Hapu from Sun and Moon. We just went out and just explored the island that we were on, and we went shopping, and we just chatted about how she feels about Alola and this new place that she would be willing to move out there, and it was like really cool just to feel how genuine her character was in that short scene.
It was the same thing. I went with Flannery from Ruby and Sapphire. She's the fire type gym leader, and she talked about how it was so difficult growing up living in the shadow of her father, who was I think an Elite Four member, and how she dug her own cave by following after her Turkle's footsteps. And it was like very cute and nice and touching. And they also call back to very small details from previous games. Like Flannery mentioned how in the Pokemon Center in her town, you can go out the back and there's hot springs.
Yeah.
So they pull in a lot of small details that fans will absolutely realize and notice.
Yeah, and that's, I think, just that level of detail is something that is so exciting and just something I love seeing be explored with Pokemon. It's like one of my favorite Pokemon games is Detective Pikachu because it opens up this entire new world of Pokemon and like getting to see what Pokemon are thinking when they're distressed, and like maybe they're not distressed about the chaos that just happened. They just don't want to eat berries later. Like it's just kind of cool to get to know this world in a different way. As far as how it goes with canon, it's kind of weird.
So the producer told us that Pokemon Masters exists somewhere in the Pokemon world on its own island, separate from the rest of the continents, basically.
Yeah, but it exists and it's
there.
It's there. Yeah.
Kind of like Detective Pikachu, right? Like, oh, Rhyme City exists somewhere in the world of Pokemon, but they never get specific as to where.
Yeah. So another thing that just exists. So we talked a little bit about the story and like the excitement of the characters, but let's talk about battling.
Yeah.
Because that was so fun.
So in battling, instead of it being turn-based, you have 3 trainers with their paired Pokemon, and you can choose between a trainer action and a Pokemon action. But as you are fighting, the time continues, and you have to wait until your bar is filled up before you can do an action.
Yeah, and some actions require more bars or like pieces of your bar to perform. Kind of depends on the attack. So if it's like an easy quick attack or something, then it's just gonna be like 1 bar.
And then once you do a certain number of attacks, you can do a sync pair attack, right?
Yes.
Sync
so
pair attack.
if you build up enough, after you do so many, that Pokemon and their partner can do a special move, which is what we see with Brock. Essentially, people keep saying he's going Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, it's a good callback to like one of his like classic poses and stuff. But
it's kind of like a Z move, but not quite.
Yes. So like this is it's weird to say gimmick, but it's like the battling gimmick of this area. Like everyone has like their different unique style, and that's what.
And in the same way with Z moves, you'd want to choose which Pokemon and which sync pair move you use based on your opponent, because you want to get a move off that will do the most damage. So when we were doing a co-op battle, for example, we used a ground type pair move from Mudsdale, and that completely destroyed our electric type opponent.
Yep. So there's like definitely that level of strategy. There's that simplification as well. Like there's an auto battle button, which I think I appreciate, because I could see people just not wanting to have to deal with battles again, or if they're just trying to, you know, oh man, I need to get off this train, like let me just do this auto battle while I'm getting off and like reorienting myself. Like there's a lot of ways you can use that, and it's a mobile game, so I think they want to make things a little bit more accessible for people who just need a little bit of extra help. But you can also like level up your sync pairs, like they get new stats, and
you can change their moves. You can evolve that. You can evolve the Pokemon.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a whole lot.
There's a lot you can do here, and I think it's hard to just even encapsulate everything in this short video, because there is so much, and it's really, really exciting. Just because, I don't know, we love Pokemon, and it's cool to see them come out with this game that could potentially just be exploitive or not that fun, but is turning out to be, so far, to seem to be something really cool.
Yeah, and some of the progression systems reminds me of the progression system of Fire Emblem Heroes, where sometimes you'll pull characters that are 3 or 4 star and not the max 5 star, but there are still ways to remove that cap and increase their star level.
Yep.
So you can make every character and every Pokemon trainer as powerful as it needs to be.
Yep, you can just like mainline one character. It's like, no, they will be the strongest. I will take them for everything, and maybe they won't succeed at everything, but then you can at least have them alongside you, no matter what you're doing.
And though your main starter character does have a partner, Pikachu, you don't actually have to use that character in your team of 3. You can choose any of the Pokemon Masters that you've collected along the way.
Yep. So that's kind of what we have so far for Pokemon Masters. Pre-registration is open. It's out on August 29th, I believe.
Yes.
So we're coming up on it. It's really exciting and very cool. So Casey, thanks so much for joining me. And of course, if you guys want to know anything else on Pokemon, or just video games in general, keep it on IGN.